Gravekeeper Ollard, he sits down in his chair and he goes, "Ah, quite a story it was, that of Hobie and his brave travelling band of heroes.
I believe it's
700 years ago.
700.
That's a long time.
I slowly sit back on the stool again.
Well, let me tell you, this land has seen many ages. Many rulers come and go over aeons of time. The vastness of history leaves much forgotten, but not the age of the demon lord Balkan 7 lifetimes ago.
Oh, I don't know him. He's scary.
He is quite scary. It's said that man's society craved death, and so thusly summoned a being that would wipe the slate clean. However, Balkan brought suffering beyond human measure, keeping many alive to keep them from the death they desired so desperately. With hellish fury, it was said he'd a mane of serpents, a right hand that sent flames across heaven and earth, and a left that racked the land with storms when he made a fist. Then the hero Aldegant of 10 Blades and his mighty band, Hobie included, arrived to stop him, delivering us from evil at the cost of his own life. And from there, peace reigned across the land. Well, no, actually, but they gave it a good shot.
You should write a book. That was quite entertaining.
But how is he still alive? How
That's the
what's the
important thing.
chain?
Why
Wait,
didn't
what's-
get to the
well,
What's
point.
the deal?
Well, in the final battle against Balkan, Hobie was cursed. Not to life, not to death, but to eternal torment of the in-between.
Oh no. Oh.
Hobie, in that moment, was reduced from a regular old human boy to a walk-in mockery of his former life. And believe me, we've tried to put him to rest since. Over 700 years, some of the greatest priests have tried, but alas...
Well, they haven't met us.
Ugh.
We will make it our mission to put this boy to rest.
If what you're saying, say if we break the curse, he will die.
Yes, that's about the size of it.
We have to break the curse.
We must.
Oh, thanks, that'd be quite the thing.
Shut up! Shut up, Hobie! No one asked you.
You don't get a say in this.
You're dying.
His body's kind of wandering around, connected loosely by the chain, bumping into things.
So I go over and pick it up.
This is Obi now. He's in the bag.
I go and pick him up. Yeah, just his lower half.
Can I ask, why are we doing this?
I don't know.
When
Because
we have something to repair and a place to go. We should go there.
Do you know how you said there was somebody who could repair
Apparently he's ignoring
Could
me.
Hobie
Yes.
do it?
Well,
No.
it's the middle of the night, so why don't you take a nap, and in the morning I can go wake him for you.
Okay, while you're doing that and he's fixing our cart, we will break the curse.
All right.
You can certainly try.
Okay.
Now
I'll come with you.
we'll need something very. So I have a question. What's a curse? Can I smash it?
Some of them, yes.
No.
But mostly it's some very bad magic stuff that makes you not good.
Oh. We'll have to work tirelessly then.
Yes.
From inside the
Sleep
bag,
waits for no Minotaur!
you make your way to
Are we going to sleep?
I'm just gonna say it now. Every time I raise my voice like that, I'm using thaumaturgy.
paraphernalia, glasses in cabinets are
It
shaken
just
loose.
makes his voice
Yeah,
loud.
no, I'm not gonna shake anything. I'm just gonna make it really loud.
How kind.
Okay.
And as he goes to sleep, he's led to some quarters in the side of the cottage.
And I'm going to the stables.
I will
Yes.
go with you to the stables.
Yes, I'm going to a room.
Yes.
Sleep in a room.
I
So
walk
Vo-
outside and I go, I'll sleep on this rock.
You do
And I put my
that.
head down on the rock.
Damn it, Vo! Why must you be so edgy?
I have a thing for rocks.
I'm going to
All right.
sleep in a bed.
Sleep well, my friend.
Vo takes a pleasant nap on the rock, and in the stables, the two devout followers of Clangadin make themselves very comfortable on bales of hay.
I pile some hay up over top of your horse part.
Thank you.
Stay warm, my friend. I know it's hard for you to reach down here.
They're like brothers, but closer.
It's quite upsetting.
Yes.
Keena is led to a normal bed in a normal room where normal people might sleep.
Thank God.
Night passes, and from inside the bag, Hobie kind of says, "Oh, good night. All right, I'll just stay in here."
Shut up! And I throw the bag outside.
I don't know if I can sleep with him here.
I just throw the bag out the front, like
He's
out the
scaring
door,
me.
and it's just like, is it still raining or is it stopped?
Oh, it's still raining.
Okay,
It's
so yeah,
storming.
I just throw the bag out in the rain.
Okay.
Just leave him there.
Kegetheus, he's a scary man.
He is scary. Don't worry. I'll take care of you.
Okay,
I'm here for you. Don't worry.
thank you.
Have sweet dreams, no nightmares. Langdon watches over you.
Okay.
For the sake of it, I'll take my armor off.
Okay.
I won't, if it matters, is all.
I won't.
The night passes,
I have natural armor.
I don't have the armor.
and with the crowing of a thrush in the morning, you are awakened. Ollard comes out with a serving of fine omelets for everybody. I hope this.
Oh, you heard him knocking!
He steps back outside.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
Who's that?
Langdon's beer.
Don't say his name in vain!
I'm sorry.
I thought I taught you better!
You're right, I apologize. I was not thinking of what I learned in clerics.
From outside, Ollard, his vision permanently altered by what he's witnessed. I am sorry. When you're ready, there's omelets in the cottage.
Thank you. That was more respectful that time.
And I put my armor on.
Yes, I will.
When everyone comes in for breakfast,
I do grab Hobie
No,
on my way in.
you pick up the bag. The skull is no longer in it.
Damn it!
I avoid looking at Ollard the entire time.
We have to find him. He's not in the bag!
What?
When you go inside for breakfast, you see him on top of the cooking fire in the chimney there.
On top
Oh, hello. Hi there.
I
I'm
just walk up and rip his head off. Get back in the bag!
Hobie, how are we supposed to help you if you leave us?
You grab his head and put it in the bag, and his body still attempts to make omelets. The frying pan kind of slips out of his hand and falls into the fire, and you can kind of hear
and then I pick up his body like that.
you hear a muffled "Oh no!" from inside the bag.
I pick up the omelets and I continue what he started,
Wow,
trying to
I'm
just
helpful.
like salvage.
Though I didn't know you could cook.
Why haven't you been cooking for us this whole time?
Ah,
Because I usually eat things raw.
Have you seen us? Do you know the protein we need to take in?
Oh,
Look at our bodies!
I figured
I am half horse. I need a lot.
I am half something.
I figured you
You're
could
half
take
a
care of
horse.
yourselves. You are grown men, are you not?
I think so.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Well, I got up bright and early this morning and spoke to Timothy the Elder. He's waiting for you there to take you to your carriage and start some repairs on it whenever you're ready.
Good.
Let's go.
Excellent. That is very nice of you. Thank you, Ollard. I forgive you for this morning.
Oh, it's no trouble. I forgive you as well.
Keena's looking around like, what happened this
I will be the
morning?
middleman. I will say nothing.
She wants to know.
That was rude.
So, when you step outside, you're greeted by a withered golden dragonborn. His scales are wrinkled, like they hang very
That's
low
disturbing.
on his neck. They appear to have faded and kind of grayed in spots.
I'm getting a bad taste.
It is good to have visitors.
I can taste his smell.
Yes, so can I. It's how I sustain myself at this point.
Hello, sir.
Gimoti, it's good to meet you.
Kegetheus Swinslow. Tell me, have you heard of Clangeddon?
He kind of looks at you for a minute and goes, "Oh, yes, Clangeddon. Good God.
Well, excellent. Do I have something for you? And in the other pouch next to the head, I pull out the large book. And they're like, while I take you to the carriage, I can read through this book with you.
He holds onto his holy seal of Bahamut and says a small prayer.
Oh God, okay. This is awkward. Clangeddon is better. I shut the book. Put it away.
To each their own.
That's what I was going to say, brother. We could not impose on another holy man.
I understand. I'm not imposing. It's just a fact that Clangeddon is better.
I know. But I'm speaking at normal volume. If we say that to everyone, no one will like us.
People already don't like us.
That's true. So can we move on? Thank you.
From inside the bag, Hobie says,
Have you-
I still like you guys.
Hobie! Go shut us, you!
Have you seen us? Nobody likes us anyway.
Yes.
Good. Can we move on now? Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you.
To the carriage wherever we left it, outside.
Can I get
I'd
a
like to
hand
say
carrying
I'm-
some supplies? I'm afraid.
Throw it
You
on
can
my
have two!
Throw it on my back!
He leads you to the back of his cabin, where there's some logs and some rope stashed behind it.
Yes. Throw it on my back.
All right. He puts it on your back. Make a strength check.
Oh, well, being a centaur, I can hold stuff of being larger.
These are logs, man. Have you seen logs?
Strength or athletics?
Whichever you prefer in this case.
Okay, that's a 21.
Because you're going to be walking away. Okay. 21. Yeah. You find that it's a heavy weight, but your strength and with the blessing of Clangadin, you find it no trifle at all.
Yeah, I'll take some of this stuff too, so he doesn't have to take too much.
Yeah. You take a second load, hold it over your shoulders.
Yeah.
You don't even need to make a check. You're a Minotaur.
Yeah, I like part of our thing is I can carry, push, and drag twice that of a normal person.
Yeah.
You get ripped
But
off.
I can't.
No.
Apparently.
You cannot.
You're putting stuff on your spine.
Have you
Lumbar,
seen my
man.
locker?
Lumbar.
Fine. Anyway.
So, you walk out of the town and down the winding, rocky road towards your carriage where you were before.
Badly damaged. You said it got caught in a rock slide?
Yes.
How badly broken is
Yeah,
it? Like,
what-
is it
what
worth
is
it to just build another carriage?
Yeah.
As you come to it there, you see that where it was left in the pile of rocks earlier, the weather hasn't been kind to it. There's been rain pouring down the side as if in big, sloshing torrents of water.
Oh.
And rock has been taken with it and mud.
Do we
It's-
have the whole carriage there? Is
One
it-
of the wheels is missing. It's
Oh,
been
okay.
swept away with the currents. The one that broke off when you crashed initially.
Were you driving? Is that why we crashed?
You must have.
No.
I mean, I wasn't driving.
I was
Me?
driving.
That okay.
Like you said, he has a special thing for rocks. He saw when he ran into it.
It's true. Because I was just on the side.
That was a very bad thing you did.
What are you punishing him?
What are you gonna do?
Am I the horse that pulls the carriage? Do we have horses?
I like the idea.
It's you.
Offside for a minute, as the DM, I kind of assumed.
It's you.
So you steered me into a rock.
I love it.
I am okay with
I
that.
specifically remember the conversation. You were like, it was kind of a Titanic going into the iceberg situation. You were like, we're gonna hit that. No, we're not. And then you were just like, no, we're going to run into that rock. No, it's okay. I'm just looking at it. And it was, we're like slowly drifting. I was like, look, and then we smashed into the rock.
Okay.
I'd say it was a team effort.
I have a -1 intelligence. I'm okay with
I
that.
have a -2 intelligence.
I have a 0 intelligence.
Oh, I'm the smartest person in this group.
But
In
I
both
am
ways.
wise. And I knew that was not a good call.
Yeah.
The wizened old dragonborn looks at it and kind of stares for a minute. He goes, he kind of taps with his cane on different spots of it. He looks very intently at it. You can tell that he's gauging the strength of the materials. And he turns back to you, and he looks at you with a serious gaze and says, "Shit."
Yes, it's unfortunate that rocks simply fell off the cliff and landed into our carriage and nothing else.
Yes, rock slides during the storms are quite common, you know.
Yes, that's what happened to us.
Yeah.
Rock slides.
Well, you're going to be without a carriage wheel.
It's okay.
So how much is this going to cost?
It's my pleasure just to have something to do instead of look into my
That's
campfire.
good, because we didn't determine how much money we had.
I don't have any
I
money.
have
All of
money.
it goes to the church.
I devoted, yes, it's that kind of religion.
He looks over to Vo. And you, Scale Brother, do you have money?
I have 10 gold.
Oh.
Keep your 10 gold. We'll do this for free.
I plan to.
Ooh.
So nice. I like him.
This one is much better than that skeleton
I
man.
have a lot of money.
It's okay. You set to work, and although it's a long day of
Going to burn the
piling
flag.
rocks off of the carriage, and a montage where you're cutting logs into length to form into a carriage.
And I'm cutting Obi's skull at one point. Why won't you die?
As I'm like smashing the chain.
I don't think I could break this curse literally.
It's a montage. The group works together,
Yeah.
tying rope, putting new canvas over top of the covered carriage,
Covered carriage. It's so fancy.
smashing skulls of their skeleton companion, shining up the wheels and tightening the bolts, tossing Hobie's skull off a cliff only for it to roll back up and reattach to his body.
It compels you.
And as the sun begins to hang low in the sky, your carriage is repaired.
Yay.
Oh, thank God.
Well, thank you for everything. We're leaving immediately.
You don't suppose I could catch a ride back into town with you, do
Are we
you?
going that way?
Oh, I'm sorry, but we've got a thing in another
We
town.
really don't have enough room. in
We've
the
got
carriage.
Hobie now.
Yeah,
Hobie takes up a lot of room.
He picks up the letter from your benefactor that's
What?
in the carriage.
We just left that there.
He looks at
We
you.
always have an extra stash.
So you're heading to the town of Brewers to meet with your client, huh?
Yes, and I rip it out of his hand. Like, don't just take things from people.
And I was just like, yes, you ask. As he tears it, just hand him an identical one in my bag. This one is less scuffed.
He takes it and he tucks it in his.
Don't trouble it!
He takes it back out, flattens it out, and he just kind of holds it politely and goes, "Yeah, okay."
It's not for folding, it's for reading.
Well, Brewers is just up the road past Headstone here, but there is a quicker way you can get there.
Do tell.
Well-
Is it horse friendly?
Oh yes.
I don't want him stinking up the carriage.
I know.
I whisper that time.
He just he's an older dragonborn, so he's kind of deaf. He just kind of politely looks at the pamphlet while you're talking.
I slowly slide the Gladen pamphlet in front of the other letter.
So-
Read this instead.
So, he's like, yes, if we go back into town, behind Mr. Kolivark's house, there's a large cave which goes out through to a thicket that's a bit closer to Brewers than there. If you go up the craggy pass, you risk another rock slide, and why am I sounding like Ollard? I'm shifting into voices. Oh, that's weird.
It's okay, I do that sometimes.
That
All the time.
is not easy.
Yes, but there's a cave. It's been used to transit between Headstone and the next town in between Brewers and there.
A cave.
Kegetheus,
Yes.
I just remembered something. I don't want you getting hurt, so I reach into my bag and I take out this little silver ring, and I just put it in your hand and say, "Wear this at all times. I have one on my hand. If the time comes, it will save you."
Is this like Wonder Twins?
Yimothi the Elder,
Yes.
sitting in the back of your carriage, looks up from his pamphlet, looks at the rings being exchanged in what, to his deaf self, appears to be a very different ceremony.
We're getting married!
He looks back down at the letter in the pamphlet and pretends he
That's a
saw
funny
nothing.
joke.
I don't judge people's choices.
We have weird
What
kids, though.
monstrosity would we make?
Oh, God.
A quarter horse?
Or would
A
it just...
three-quarter.
Because you're the top half and I'm the bottom. Would we just get a
split?
normal person?
I don't want to think about it. That's weird.
Just a little. Also, we're both dudes.
Hey,
Magic.
life
Magic.
finds a way, as Jeff Goldblum put it.
Much to the good fortune of everyone present, saying that does not unleash a nearby Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Or a nearby Jack Goldblum.
Oh, don't you tempt me. No.
Fly.
You head back towards Headstone.
Okay.
Kegetheus is once again pulling the carriage, I assume.
Do I need proficiency in vehicles to do this?
No.
Let's
We,
just...
we need proficiency in vehicles to control you.
Well, you can't control me! So I go.
I'll try to anyway. I'll just
As Vo sees like a bunch of just rocks.
I'm just like looking really concentrated, like ready to run into any rock.
And I'm just like staring at you. Like I'm like behind you, but you can tell that I'm just staring at you intently.
I just feel this like looming presence behind.
It's just like sitting at the end
But I
of the edge
feel
of
it
the
all the
trailer.
time anyway.
The gates are opened back up as you come into town, and you ride inwards. Timothy gets out of the carriage and says, I will have a word with Mr. Kolivark, and then he can lead you to the cavern. It's on his property, so we got to ask first.
So, is he the third person that lives here?
Oh yes, there's also Brutilda.
Is that a boy or a girl? Or both?
She's a lady.
Oh.
Yes, she's quite a lot of woman.
Oh,
Is she edible?
Fascinating.
you can't eat every
What?
woman you meet.
We talked about
Not
this.
every
You can't
woman is a
ask if
snack.
people are edible.
You wait until at least the third date for that.
That.
Timothy the Elder takes Vo by the shoulder and leans in close, and he says,
Take kindly upon that
you know,
joke.
it took me a while to kick the habit, too.
Right?
Okay.
Some people don't
I should have
understand.
been insight checking Timothy, man.
I hate my own parents.
You kind of didn't
You
tell
told
us
us
that
you shot them. One of those is slightly redeeming. Because you're disgusting.
You know, I come from a different place. Okay? They tried to eat me first.
What? Was it like were you out of food and you did it for
No.
survival?
Well, they
or-
did it for survival. I did it for, well, they were there.
What?
Well, they tried to eat me when I was a boy, and then I ran away, and came back later on, and I
I'm concerned.
finished what they started, but the opposite.
You finished what they started, but you actually
Okay.
finished.
I do care for them truly. That's why they're here.
Yes, that's what
As he
people
gently
do.
caresses the skulls.
I do a little bit.
I have
Like a
so
massage
many
on their
conflicting feelings
I'm
about you.
If
We'll talk about
they're
this later.
inside me, well,
From
then
inside
we'll
the bag.
always- we'll always be together. Is
Please
the way I
never
look at
talk
it.
about your parents being inside of you again.
Inside the bag, Hobie's like, I like head.
Oh, shut up!
Every freaking
I'm so
time.
confused right now.
It's okay, brother. God will guide us to salvation.
Timothy turns around to the third cottage, which you have not yet visited, and as he begins to call for Mr. Kolivark, Mr. Col, the door flings open, and practically floating out, bristling with
Literally
muscles.
floating is your ghost.
No, he's a guy,
Okay.
but he is an Azamar, and he floats out from the doors, his pale flesh glistening in the sunlight.
Yeah.
I am Mr. Kolivark. Who summons me?
Langdon does.
Was he a
I bought the
ghost?
pamphlet.
His arms still held up in a power stance at his sides.
Cold calls.
His arm makes a creaking noise as it shoots forward
Doctor
and
should see a
grabs the
doctor.
pamphlet with only 2 fingers.
You should see a doctor about that.
He grabbed it with only 2 fingers. That means he's cool.
With a creaking noise, his arm lowers back into his power
Well, that's
stance.
not cool.
I
Well,
don't think
that
he
makes
knows
me
who
us know
is.
he's not a ghost. He makes creaking noises.
That's
So he's
exactly what ghosts do.
No, they don't. I'm the cleric. I know ghosts, man.
Actually, guys, it's skeletons that make the creaking.
Shut up, Hobie!
Hobie!
I mean,
Don't
darn-
make me try and kill you again.
Listen, can we just ask the man about the passage?
Yes.
I'm tired of traveling with
will
this.
leave
So,
dragon today.
yes, I believe it is your passage, and that is why we must ask you for permission, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, it is on my property, and I must speak with its inhabitants before I can allow you to pass.
What's its inhabitants?
Yeah.
Oh, they are a good bunch. Myconid, the mushroom people.
Oh,
Do I know what that is?
Mushroom.
Bumpery.
Do I know what that is?
I know
Do
exactly
I know what that is?
those
Throw it,
are.
lady.
Can I make like a nature check?
Yes,
or
everyone
something?
except Keena can make nature checks to
Right.
see if they know about the mushroom people.
11?
So that's a 2 minus 2, so 0.
21.
Okay, so you two know that
Oh, sorry, 10.
10 is enough. They're pretty common. It's a country of monsters, and you are monsters, really. You've run into Myconid before. You two know immediately Oh, Myconid, the mushroom people with the mushroom caps for heads, and
Yes,
they make mushroom noises. Those
They're
guys.
great.
Mushroom noises. You mean?
Squish squash.
But Tamarack,
They don't taste like mushroom.
when Tamarack
Have
hears,
you eaten?
Who have you not eaten? What do
Is that like your goal in life to eat one of everything?
Well, my people don't typically have a goal. It's more just survive.
Oh. Do you know what I taste like?
Da.
Do you want to know?
Oh.
I mean, maybe.
Kind of.
Okay, well, that was a bluff. I don't actually.
Oh! But, okay.
If we ever want to go down that route,
If
Can
you
we?
ever died, let's put it that way. I would
Okay,
find
what-
out.
Mr. Kolivark laughs and goes, "Ha! Taste! Ha! Go down! Funny! I'm sorry, I don't get out much these days."
so if you didn't talk to the inhabitants, would they kill us?
No, but they might ask you politely to leave in your mind.
Mr. Kolivon, I have a question. If you lower your arms, will you die?
It would be very painful.
I was waiting for the pain jokes.
Well, let us get going right this way.
Wait, you're
And-
coming with us?
Oh, I must lead you to the inhabitants to introduce you. They don't like strangers. They are a sheltered people. Like child with no friend who play board game in basements.
Hey, we are not in a basement.
We are in public.
Well, if you think about it, really, we're inside, and the world is like the home of Clangadin.
I don't think you're allowed
So
to
if
do
If we go in a tunnel,
No.
we're
We're
in
in the
Clangadin's basement.
Oh, no.
yes.
I like the way you think.
You should talk less about things like
I
that.
think good.
Do you?
Clangadin blessed me with good thought.
As the party's resident brain trust discusses the semantics of the world and basements, all of a sudden, you hear a loud noise from the gates.
The gate.
Starting a Clangadin death.
Boom! Boom! And the
Are
sounds
you
of...
knocking at the gate again?
Does it look like he is?
I don't think so.
There's
draw
the
my
sound of timber crackling under the weight.
Oh no.
And you can hear a voice. As I said I'd be back! And as a fixin' to be back!
Oh no. Oh no.
And here I is!
Oh no.
He's here.
He is.
He's crackling back.
Oh no. What is here?
Ollard rushes out
Ollard.
in a panic. He looks at you and he says, "Oh, I am terribly sorry to bring this misfortune upon you. I figured that you would not be back for quite some time.
What is
Who's
it?
back?
What?
Guess who's
It
back?
is
Don't.
a very distasteful individual."
Who's back?
As if on cue from the gate, Slavy Blap has returned to claim what is his.
What do I see? Can I see him?
The gate obscures all but the top of a matted, unkempt, hairy head. And this is a tall gate. It's quite tall, made from the timbers of trees.
Is Slobby Jap? Wait.
What is his name?
Slarmy Blap.
Slobby
Blap.
Close enough.
Swarmy black.
How big is he?
Well,
What word would you use? To
What
describe his
word would
size?
you use to describe his size?
well, that's huge is certainly a term someone might use. Yeah, huge.
Huge.
Okay.
Perhaps giant.
Gigantic is a term that may have been applied to this person. And
Can we see him?
oh, you can only see just a little bit of hair atop
okay.
the gate.
What is coming? What do we have? What is coming? What is happening? Is this normal?
Slarmy says from the other side of the gate, "All right, they're not open the gate. We were very clear with them about what we were gonna do. Fatty, break open the door."
Fatty!
And then you hear a voice go, "I wish you wouldn't call me that, but okay."
Who's Fatty?
I draw my axe.
The door is pushed
my ass.
wide open as a hill giant slams the door before him.
I hate those.
You would know if you read the pamphlet!
Fuck. Let's kill it.
Before you stands a giant toad. Riding atop it is a frogman brandishing a spear with a cowboy hat atop his head.
Why?
And then, floating next to him,
Floating! What?
is a cloaked figure whose features you cannot make out.
Oh God!
And behind all three is the one known as Fatty, a hill giant.
I run down the hill and I have the axe.
Oh!
Everybody roll initiative.
Yeah.
Great.
Alrighty. Here we go, satellite radio.